Today on the list, turn back the clock for a forgotten sandwich, upcoming music festivals, and how simple stretches can go a long way.
It's good for people who run a lot. It's good for alleviating any low back pain.
Plus, give your skin a spring makeover.
Winter's been causing dead skin cells accumulation.
But up first, why your attention span is shrinking. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey guys, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes. And if you have the feeling you're having a harder time paying attention these days, well, you're probably right.
Yeah, studies show the seemingly non-stop text and email notifications have become the audio backdrop to our lives and are eroding our attention spans.
What are we talking about again? Oh yeah, that can cause you to become unfocused and overstressed, but there are ways to fight back. Finding our focus is our featured story at the top of the list.
I am Dog, and this makes me squirrel.
The adorable dog Doug from the movie Up
Squirrel.
is constantly distracted by squirrels.
Doug.
Many of us feel like Doug nowadays. We're always being tugged in different directions by our digital devices.
We can't help but be compelled to check email, social media, Slack.
In 2004, our average attention span on screens was 2.5 minutes. Now researchers say that's down to 47 seconds. Dr. Gloria Mark wrote the book Attention Span, a groundbreaking way to restore balance, happiness, and productivity. She says there are several ways you can maintain better focus. First, avoid something called attention switching.
If we look at how often we switch projects, it takes us about 25 and a half minutes to return back to that project.
What do we do in those 25 minutes?
We're switching to another project and then another, and then we start to work on another, and then we go back.
So by the time we get back to that original project,
our mind has been elsewhere, and it's very hard to reorient back.
She says all of that attention switching impacts your health and job performance.
We had people wear heart rate monitors, and we see the very strong correlation between switching attention and the heart rate monitors indicating stress.
And that stress leads to slip-ups.
People make more errors when they switch attention. That's been well documented. Studies of physicians, nurses, pilots, when they're constantly switching attention, and information workers.
You can stop all of that switching by paying closer attention to your automatic actions.
We automatically check email, social media, check our phones.
She says stop and think about why you're switching to that other task.
Is it because I'm bored? Is it because it's too hard? And figure out, what can I do about that?
Also, think about how that action will affect you later that day.
If I spend 30 minutes on social media now, what's my life going to be like at 7 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock?
Finally, be strategic with your time.
If you're someone who's going to spend 30, 40 minutes on social media, you need to plan some strategy.
Schedule it and set a timer. Also,
people tend to have rhythms of when they're at their peak focus.
So schedule your hardest tasks for the times a day when you're fully engaged and most productive. That happens at specific times of the day.
For most people, about 11 a.m. and also mid-afternoon between 2 and 3 p.m.
It might vary a bit depending on if you're an early bird or a night owl.
Design your day to put the hardest tasks, those that require the most creativity, at those times when we've got the most mental resources to deal with them.
Ways to stop your shrinking attention span are at the top of the list.
All right, friends, take a look at that calendar and revel in it. Spring starts in 1 week, and that means you'll be swapping out your wardrobe, but the switching doesn't end there. We are looking at how to revamp your skincare regimen for the warming weather.
When the weather warms up and jackets come off, there's more skin exposed.
We're letting go of all of those winter blues. Why is it important to spring clean when it comes to your skincare?
The winter's been causing dead skin cells accumulation, and you want to get rid of that dullness, right? All those toxins kind of removed from our skin, get that vibrant skin again.
So for some tips on how to revamp our skincare routine from winter to spring, we spoke to plastic surgeon Dr. Pablo Pritchard. The first step in your routine, exfoliate.
The first thing, I like a daily exfoliant, something with that salicylic acid in it that you can just use day and night, kind of a regular thing.
In addition to that,
A weekly exfoliant, something with alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid, but that only used once a week. Important to let your skin recover from that exfoliation.
he says follow that with a facial serum to prevent the skin from turning reddish and drying out.
How often would you use something like that?
It's more of a daily treatment until that redness gets out. Once you feel like your complexion's good, then hold off and maybe do it weekly.
Next, sunless tanning.
So we want to have a little color as we go into the springtime. What do you suggest?
Instead of the UV, use sunless tanning. These products that really give you a very authentic looking glow.
But if you are worried that the glow may come off on your clothes or sheets, he says not to be.
Literally kind of goes on, stays on, lasts for like 1 to 2 weeks. So you need the sunblock to actually protect your skin.
Finally, if you can't make heads or tails of sunblock SPF, we got you covered.
With sunblock, it's important to know that a little doesn't go a long way. A lot goes a long way, right? And so this shot glass here,
Yes.
think of that guy? That's huge, right?
That is a lot of SPF.
That's your dose for your entire body.
Wow.
Right? This is one dose.
So if you spread some 50 SPF sunblock on,
And then you only give yourself half the dose, you're not getting 50 SPF, even though you think you are. So important to realize, take the full dose.
So let's talk about the numbers on SPF. Which works better? Which works longer?
It correlates with the percentage of UV blocking rays.
he says an SPF 40 gives you around 97% protection for a few hours.
A 60-70 is only giving you like a 98%. So it's not that much more benefit. Even if it says sweat-proof, waterproof, it's just not true. It will only last for a few hours and you have to reapply.
Saving our skin for spring.
Okay, so how does this sound? Mashed up bananas and ham on a sandwich. Well, that's just one of the unusual recipes on the TikTok page called Sandwiches of History. Hadi Jamal introduces us to the guy who's putting together combos you've probably never heard of, but might want to try.
Who doesn't love a good sandwich? How about a bad one?
Sandwiches of History encompasses a bunch of different things. Obviously, there's the base of the cookbooks, the old cookbooks and the old recipes that we'll all use.
Every day, social media influencer Barry Inderwick makes and samples bizarre-sounding sandwiches from cookbooks that date back as far as the 1800s. And whether the sandwich is good, bad, or just plain ugly, the audience eats it up.
I also do sandwiches of art history, which is doing sandwiches that people send in that have some sort of backstory to them. My grandmother used to make this, my dad used to make this. I grew up eating peanut butter and dill pickle sandwiches, and I thought my brother and I invented them. No, they're in all these cookbooks.
Peanut butter and pickles? It begs the question, why would someone want to do this?
The thing that interests me about using these old cookbooks as the foundation for this channel is that some of the recipes are just bizarre. Like the goblin sandwich involved a donut and avocado, and it was not good. And you could tell that it was not going to be good, but I gotta try. Why?
Barry has rounded up some of his favorite combos that you can try at home, starting with the grandma.
This guy wrote in and said that his 92-year-old grandmother, who still lived with them, would make this all the time. It had peanut butter, scrambled eggs, red chili flakes, bacon bits, and honey, and it was delicious.
Next up, the tomato, which Barry says is his most viewed, most replicated sandwich to date.
The tomato sandwich from Turkey and the Wolf is basically thick bread, way too much mayonnaise, lemon juice, tomatoes, salt, pepper, tons of dill, tons of basil, probably too much, you think it's too much, and sunflower seeds.
This is so friggin' delicious. Oh my God.
Super resonant with people, went viral. People making it and sending me videos of them eating it or making it. It was just a sensation.
And last, we wanted to know about the most bizarre but tasty combination Barry has found, and that would be the banana and ham from 1001 Sandwiches of 1936.
It's interesting, the combination of meat and fruit. Every Thanksgiving, I have absolutely no problem putting cranberry on turkey and thinking nothing of it, but banana and ham. That was a complete surprise.
It's actually pretty good.
And then in a way, that's kind of the best when you expect something to be awful and it turns out to be really good.
If you're brave enough to try some of these signature sandwiches, check out our Facebook page at The List Show TV, where we've got the full recipes.
If you open your mind and open your mouth, you're gonna love these sandwiches. Give them a go.
Take a leap of faith. You never know. You might just find the best thing since sliced bread.
Still to come on the list, increase your flexibility with stretches from a gymnast.
This is important for anybody who has a desk job.
And preview the Electric Daisy Carnival in Las Vegas. Plus, how a Schwarzenegger thriller got the TV treatment.
It was a little scary, to say the least. Big shoes to fill.
All that and more ahead on the list.
Welcome back, everyone. And KG, I think you know that my son Frank was a level 10 gymnast.
Yes, very impressive.
Yeah, and the way he was able to twist and turn seemed downright impossible.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb, no pun intended, and assume he does not get his flexibility from you.
You would be correct.
Yeah. But while most of us will never do a double backflip and land in a split, we can benefit from the way they prepare.
Jackie Denker showing us how to stretch like a gymnast.
Whether you're a gymnast or an accountant, we all need to stretch our bodies.
It can just help you have less pain, be more comfortable, be more confident, and do more. There we go.
To learn from someone who knows just a thing or two about stretching, we turned to personal trainer and founder of Train Like a Gymnast, Danielle Gray. Starting with a hip flexor stretch.
It's good for people who run a lot. It's good for alleviating any low back pain.
Start by getting on one knee using a blanket or towel for comfort.
Your heel is going to be underneath your front knee. Your back toe is going to be tucked under. Yep. And you're going to be actively pushing down into the floor. Now imagine your hips have a glass full of water. You want to tip that glass behind you.
Basically, do a little tuck with your hips.
Now do you feel it right here? Yeah. Okay. Then,
whoa, what is that?
We're lengthening our hip flexors to feel that stretch.
From there, gently rock back and forth, squeezing the back glute.
It probably doesn't look like a lot, but like, it's a lot. Exactly.
Next, we got into a deep hamstring stretch, which she says are really good for runners, hikers, and cyclists. Start by getting on one knee with the other leg stretched out in front with your foot flexed.
And now you want to draw this kneecap up into your quad. Yeah. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. From here, push your hips back. Do not think about going forward. Think about pushing your hips back. And you might not go as far. My gosh. You might not go as far.
Look at my And then see how far you can push your hips back.
You probably had your splits at some point in your life, right?
I did.
You did.
But look at me now. Then twist your body back and forth. And to go even deeper, sit on your back heel and keep twisting.
And let's push the big toe towards the opposite direction. The more flat your back is and the more you hinge, the higher up the stretch will go.
Finally, we did a chest, back, and wrist stretch.
This is important for anybody who has a desk job, who works from home, who types a lot, who writes a lot. You're gonna walk your hands out. You're gonna drop your chest to the floor. Okay. And you're gonna look in between your hands.
And if you're able to get your armpits close to the ground,
you can go onto your fingertips and then try to push your armpits down. It gives you that little extra range of motion.
From here, rock forward to your knees and turn your wrists around towards your body.
Yep, and you feel that stretch through the forearms. You can kind of pedal back and forth.
I didn't even know our hands could do that.
Right?
Learning to stretch like a gymnast for our everyday lives.
You know, we enjoyed saying it so much earlier in the show, but I'm going to say it again. Spring starts in 1 week and people are ready to get out and enjoy. So Teresa Strasser has a few upcoming music festivals that you might want to check out across America. Teresa.
Thank you. From a party city to a sunny beach, here are 3 events that we think you'll enjoy. Coming in at number 1, Electric Daisy Carnival, aka EDC. That's in Las Vegas, Nevada. In addition to music, there'll be art installations, interactive games, themed bars, an open-air theater, and more. EDC takes place from May 19th to the 21st. And hey, if you want to mark the occasion by tying the knot, Go for it.
And by the power vested in me and all the world of EDC, and by the state of Nevada, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Definitely a night to remember. At number 2, Hangout Fest in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
My first impression, the adrenaline. It's just, one nonstop roller coaster ride.
People from all over the world fly in to enjoy this 3-day music festival.
We're from Iowa.
I'm from Germany.
We took a flight. We left at 8 in the morning from Winnipeg.
It also runs from May 19th to the 21st and includes activities like yoga, a roller skate dance floor, volleyball, and more.
We just hung out on the beach over there, tanned out for a bit. It was awesome.
And if you love dogs, don't forget to check out the Smooch a Pooch tent.
Everybody should come meet and kiss the puppies because they're so adorable. It makes the concerts so much better.
Hey, dogs do make everything better. And last on our list of upcoming festivals is Sunset Music Festival in Tampa, Florida. This event takes place from May 27th to the 28th and features food vendors, pop-up shops, and more. It begins in the afternoon and carries on all night long with electronic, techno, and dance music. So exciting! And those are a few festivals bringing the party to a city near you. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right here.
We're back, and today on the watch list, True Lies, starring Arnold Get to the Chopper Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, was one of the biggest movies of 1994. And it's only taken 29 years, but it's finally being turned into a television show. Jackie Denker's talking to the star.
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
In 1994, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis starred in the action comedy flick True Lies.
It was the first $100 million movie, mega blockbuster, huge hit.
Now, nearly 30 years later, Steve Howey is taking on the lead role in the TV version, now airing on CBS and Paramount Plus. And he told us all about it.
It was a little daunting. It was a little scary, to say the least. Big shoes to fill. You're more than ready. Let's go. This is the TV version. This is the continuation from the movie. Hopefully we'll do it justice.
First, the premise is the same as the movie. A guy's been lying to his wife about being a spy for years, and then the truth comes out.
Please don't be mad. I'm a spy.
You don't sell computers?
But unlike the original, his wife, played by Ginger Gonzaga, gets in on the spy game pretty early on.
For her protection, the family's protection, she has to become a spy. The True Lies turns into this double spy family that goes on missions and saves the world.
We saved everyone today.
We saved everyone.
Another similarity to the movie, Tom Arnold's in it.
Tom Arnold was perfect in it. He was an essential part of how amazing that movie was.
Hi, Helen. Harry forgot something back at the office.
He was so funny and he was really gracious. It was a blessing. It was really good to have him because I felt like he christened us. He passed the torch.
Not bad for an old guy.
Finally, it wouldn't be a spy show without spy gear.
There's a laser pen that's really cool.
Though Steve says it's cooler watching it on the show than acting with it.
We just are like holding what looks like a key fob or a lighter, and then they're like, oh no, there's gonna be a huge spark, and then there's gonna be lasers out of it, and you cut the steel door off, and you're like, oh, okay. So I just hold this lighter and pretend to yeah, that's it. It doesn't feel cool when I'm doing it.
For more of our interview with Steve, check out the guest list on our YouTube channel, The List Show TV.
In Hollywood, tons of spies. That's all I'll say.
Going behind the scenes of True Lies on the watch list. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list. And KG, we've all had them, and we've all gotten bad advice about how to get rid of them.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about annoying boyfriends.
Well, I guess that too, but I'm talking about hiccups.
Oh, right. And here you go. From The Atlantic, the cure for the hiccups exists. And it says that because there haven't really been any large-scale scientific studies, you get all kinds of weird folk remedies. On Reddit alone, people have posted supposedly foolproof cures, including closing your eyes and gently pressing on them, resting a cold butter knife on the back of your tongue, or simply saying the word pineapple.
Why not papaya or kumquat? Now, the closest thing to a free, scientifically studied cure is called SSMI, which stands for supramaximal inspiration.
Not to be confused with supracalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay, I don't know how that connects, but let's try this. Exhale completely, KG. Now, take a deep breath and hold it for 10 seconds, and I'm timing you. Yeah, harder than it thought. 10 seconds is a long time when you're not breathing. Okay, now inhale a little more. Hold it for 5 seconds. Yeah, now inhale a little more and exhale. How do you feel?
I don't have hiccups.
There you go, great.
But I did not have hiccups before either.
Okay, well, science is hard.
Yeah, so is whatever it is that you do in life. And friends, that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, how to bring clarity to your mind.
We think 70,000 thoughts every single day.
Plus, break out the black with Goth Styles.
Is anyone too happy for goth? I think it's for everybody.
And easy drinks to make for March Madness.
You could tip off without getting tipsy. That's right.
Tomorrow on the list.